Okay, everybody, how you doing? This is a new video series that we're going to be starting. This is C# for beginners. Looking at some unseen angles is basically what we're going to do. We're going to be looking at angles of programming in C# for those who are beginners that you may not be seeing in other video tutorials. And the first thing that we're going to be discussing in this particular video is how to organize your C# projects. So the first thing, and when I'm talking about your sample projects, that's your actual projects that you might be doing if you're eventually going to work for a company, because they're going to have their own formula. But as practice, what we're going to do is we're going to look at how to organize your C# projects first of all. So in this Visual Studio 2008, the professional edition, when you install Visual Studio 2008, it creates a folder, and in that folder it has a projects folder a folder called projects, and then you can create subfolders. And so that's what I did. I created a subfolder called console apps, and in console apps I have a couple of council applications, a couple of council solutions, but the one that I wanted to click on is the Hello World without the space solution. And in this council project, this solution has 8 projects. 7 projects. So what we want to do is go into and look at these council projects in Visual Studio. So what I'm going to do is, I've already opened them and all that. I'm going to reopen the Hello World solution. And again, this is for all you beginners. And so the first thing that we want to do and want to understand with start with the first project, Hello World, is in the program.cs. in this particular project. Now these are projects. This is the solution right here. If you guys don't know, the solution is all it is a file that organizes projects, multiple projects. You can have 1 project or you can have 100 projects in a solution. So we have 8 projects in this solution. So the first project, Hello World, which should be your first C# application. If we click on that, in the whole Hello World Council application, what we have here is council.writeline Hello World. This is my first C# application. Now, the critical point that I wanted to explain here is these last 2 lines of code, the council.readline and the return. If we took these 2 lines of code out, what would happen is, if we ran the solution, go ahead and set up Hello World as a startup project. If we ran this solution, you could either press the play button, the green play button, or F5 to run the project. That's what would happen. You saw that the quick example of the council or the command line come up real quick. If we run it again, you can see it again. Boom. Came up and it disappeared real quick. That's because of the council.writeline statement only being there. But if you go ahead and if we go back and we put in the council.readline statement, and then put in the return statement and then run this, what will happen is the council stays up, and then only if you press return will it go away. So I just wanted to let you know that, because we're going to be dealing with a lot of council applications, and I don't want you to get frustrated on how to keep your council line open or programmatically going through the start menu and opening up your command line. I mean, that you really don't need to do that. So just know that that is basically how you do it. And we're going to also be using the Visual Studio command line, which is this right here. So you might want to, if you have Windows 7, go ahead and pin this to the taskbar. Also, let's close this out. The other thing I wanted to show you in this video is how to run multiple projects at once. Now, if you're used to ASP.NET development, you're used to being able to run the project, start the page that you're on, and then link up to the other pages. But when you're running Windows Forms and Cancel applications, you may not know that you can run multiple projects at one time. Right now, if you left click on the solution, and over in your Solutions Explorer, and then right click and go down to Properties. This dialog box opens up. The Property dialog box opens up, and you go to Startup Project. You could either say single startup project, which is Hello World, or you can choose from all the other startup projects, or you can run multiple projects. And see, I already have them set to start, but you can choose you can choose which ones you don't want to start, or start without debugging. So if we go ahead and do that and press OK, and we go ahead and debug everything, you'll see all these 8 Council applications open up, as you can see here. So, and then if we close all of them, the debugging will stop. So let's close all of these. And the last thing I wanted to show you is how to deal with the using situations in important assemblies. So I want to go to the points value project that I have here, and I want to open that up. Now, when you have multiple projects in a solution, usually they're going to have 4 using statements, these 4 using statements right here. But this particular project has this using statement, and the way I'm able to have this using statement in here is in my references in this project right here, over here in the Solutions Explorer. Let me undock the Solution Explorer. Let me float the solution over here in the Solution Explorer. If you look at it, I have all these references, and I have the system dot drawing reference right here. And the way that you get that reference in here is if you click on the if you go right here to the references and you right click and you click on add reference, you can go to the .NET framework and get the DLL. As you can see, they have some from the 2.0 to the 3.5 framework here in Visual Studio 2008, and the system.drawing DLLs right here. And so all you'd have to do is highlight that and then click OK. I don't need to do that because it's already there. Now, why is this important? This is important because, let me dock that back there. This is important because if I don't put the system.drawing using statement in there, as you can see, what's going to happen is the point variable is not gonna be effective, and I'm not going to be able to do anything with that. So that's why the system.drawing using statement and any other using statement that you need for a control or a tool to help your application, you're going to have to use. So that's how we do that. And so if we go ahead and set this as a startup project and run it and debug it, that's what pops up. And we're going to get involved, get more into all these various aspects of C#, but I wanted to get you familiar with how we're going to be using and organizing our projects in these videos and using the IDE. So thank you for watching this first video on C# for beginners, looking at some hidden angles. And thank you for supporting Imagination Everywhere and subscribing to this YouTube channel. You have a good day.